Hello there and welcome to Linux H2O, and in this video I'm gonna show you how you can create a persistent Kali Linux live bootable USB pen drive. So what you wanna do, first of all, you go to the Kali Linux official websites, that is kali.org. From here you need to download the live installer file. So for that, just go to download section, then download Kali Linux. Here you can choose between 32-bit and 64-bit operating system. So this one is for 32-bit and this is live, and this is again 64-bit and live. I'm gonna choose this one, and you can download the ISO file directly or you can download through torrent. So for this tutorial I have already downloaded the ISO file, so it's here. So this is the Kali Linux live ISO file. So after downloading the Kali Linux ISO file, you have to connect your pen drive and make sure it's at least 8 gigs. And for this demonstration I'm going to use this 16 GB of pen drive. So now you can simply open up the startup disk creator, and for this particular tutorial I'm going to use Ubuntu, but you can use any Linux distribution you want and just use this startup disk creator utility. And if you do not use Linux and you want to create the startup disk in the Windows, then you can use Rufus. Rufus is a freely available tool. You can use that tool to create the ISO file. So you just need to make a bootable pen drive for now. So just select the pen drive in the startup disk creator, and for the most of you it will auto detect your pen drive. So mine is Kingston Data Traveler, and from here you have to select your ISO file. So I'm going to select this live ISO, then I am going to hit this make a startup disk, and this will delete all the data in the pen drive. I'm going to hit yes, and I'm going to type in the password. So this would take around 5 minutes, and it depends on your pen drive speed because it is writing some data on it. So that's the case. So I'm going to fast forward the video, and from there we will continue. So the installation for the bootable drive completed. Now you can simply hit test disk, and this will start the Kali Linux in the QEMU. So this is the Kali Linux up and running, and now what you can do, you can hit live AMD 64. Now this is throwing some error, so I'm going to close this from here, and I'm going to open up the terminal, and I'm going to type sudo fdisk -l to list all the available disk drives in my system. So as you can see, this is my pen drive, the 16 GB pen drive, and the name of the disk here is the dev and SDC, and there are two partitions currently, SDC1 and SDC2. So I'm going to try to boot this pen drive. So I'm going to type here sudo kbm, and I'm going to assign a memory of 3 GB, and I'm going to type here HDB and the name of the drive, that is dev SDC. I'm going to hit enter, and this will start the QEMU again. I'm going to hit enter again, and this should boot up the Kali Linux. So Kali Linux is booting up. You can also do the same thing by simply plugging in your USB drive and boot from that USB drive. To make the things easier, I'm just booting it directly in my Ubuntu. So this is the Kali Linux up and running. So now what you want to do, you just want to open up the terminal, and inside this terminal again run the same command, that is sudo fdisk and then -l to list all the available disk drives. So this is our pen drive, and the name of the pen drive is now /dev SDA, and it has two partitions, SDA1 and SDA2. So what we are going to do, we are going to create a new partition so that we can store the persistent data. So for that, you just have to type cfdisk, and do not forget to type sudo before, and then specify the path of the drive. So this is dev SDA, so just type it dev and then SDA, hit enter. So this will give you this menu here. You have to choose the free space option from here. So these are the two by default partition, and you have to choose this one. Then you have to hit enter to create a new partition, and then you have to specify the size. So I'm going to use the all available size. So this is 11.6 gigabytes. So I'm going to hit enter. Now this will ask me to create the partition as extended or as a primary. I'm going to select primary, and after that I can simply use my arrow keys to go to the right and hit enter. Now this will again ask for the permission, so I'm going to type here yes, and I'm going to hit enter. So now the disk has been altered. Now what I can do, I can simply quit. I can select this or I can press Q. So if I type again the same command, that is sudo fdisk -l, I would see another partition, and this is the partition. Now what we want to do, we want to format this partition into ext4. So for that you have to execute another command. So just clear the terminal and then again type sudo then make fs.ext4. so we are basically creating a partition with the ext4 format, and then we have to label it as persistent. So for that you have to type hyphen then capital L and then type persistence, and after that we have to specify the name of the partition that we created. So for the partition name that we just created was SDA3, so just type dev and then SDA3 because SDA1 and 2 was already created, so we are using SDA3 and we are formatting that partition into ext4 and we are naming the partition as persistent. Make sure the spelling is correct, hit enter, and this will take some time depending upon the size that you are formatting. If you have 8 GB of pen drive, it will take less time, and this is 16 GB of pen drive, so this can take a bit longer time. So the formation has been completed. Now what you can do, you can minimize this window from here and open up the file manager. So now what you want to do, you just right click here and open up the terminal, and we need to create a file. So for that just type sudo then type persistence and then type .conf. So this is the file name that we have to create, and for that you have to type touch before the file name and hit enter. If I type ls, you can see a new file has been created. Now we need to add something in this file, so for that just type nano. You have to specify sudo before, so nano and the file name. Use the tab key to autocomplete the file name, hit enter. Now here you need to type the / then union, then use Ctrl O to write the text in the file, hit enter, then Ctrl X to quit the file. So now you can see if I hit enter and if I type cat and then persistent, you can see the / and union is written in the file. Now what you can do, you can simply close this window, then this window, and now I'm going to shut down the live Kali Linux bootable USB. So for that just shut down, and now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open the USB again. So for the simplicity, I'm going to open the ISO file again in a QEMU virtual environment, but you can simply plug the pen drive in your computer and directly boot from it. So I'm going to again run the same command, that is sudo kbm-m, and I'm going to specify 3 GB and I'm going to hit enter. So this will again boot the Kali Linux, and this time I'm going with the live USB and I'm going to hit enter. So this is live USB persistent. I'm going to hit enter and this will start the Kali Linux in a persistent environment. And to confirm, I'm going to save a file and I'm going to start the Kali Linux again and the file will be there. So this is the Kali Linux booted up. I'm going to open up the folder again. And in this folder, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a file. So I'm going to simply create a document and I'm going to say empty document. I'm going to name it my permanent document.txt. So this is my document file and I'm going to type something in here. So I'm going to say usefulwebsite.com and I'm going to save this file in here. So the file is saved inside this folder, and I'm also going to search for program here. So I'm going to search for BLC. So as you can see, BLC is not installed in the system. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna install BLC as well just for the demonstration. So you can simply type sudo apt install BLC, hit enter, and this will install BLC. So BLC has been installed in the system. So I can simply minimize this window and I can search for BLC. So this is the BLC that is available in the system now. So for the demonstration, we have installed the BLC and we have also created this txt file that has this text inside it. So again, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna restart this Kali Linux live USB. So for that, I'm going to hit restart. So now again, I'm going to choose the live USB persistent and I'm going to hit enter, and this will boot the Kali Linux in the persistent mode. And as I've already said that you can simply plug in the pen drive in your computer and boot from there. For the easiness, I'm directly booting the pen drive in my Ubuntu distribution, and you do not have to use the Linux distro to make Kali Linux persistent pen drive. You can do this in a Windows as well. So here is the Kali Linux, and I'm going to open up the file manager again, and as you can see, my txt file is there. And if I can show you BLC that we installed earlier, it will also be installed in the system. So this is the BLC. So this way you can create a persistent Kali Linux live USB pen drive, and make sure you use at least 8 gigs of pen drive. So that was the guide about how to do that, and if you liked it, then do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, and share this video to your friends if you can. And I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, take care and keep enjoying Linux.